Darwinian Economic Superboom 2025. Part 4, Elections. Typically, every state has one or two huge cities controlled by completely corrupt Democratic Party looting machines. Every election, many dead people vote, and many people who never even existed vote. Also, the Democrat crooks cast the ballots for people who are too lazy to vote. So, all of these dead, imaginary, and lazy people always vote 100% Democratic. The people in the more rural areas are not nearly as corrupt, and their votes are honestly cast and counted. Because these urban and rural votes are mingled together in all nationwide and statewide elections, the Democrats usually dominate in the presidential elections, the gubernatorial elections, and the senatorial elections, while the Republicans do better in the House of Representatives and the state assemblies, where crooked urban and honest rural votes are not so mingled. The states will be abolished and replaced by counties to permanently solve this ballot box stuffing problem. The only way to fix this mess permanently is to stop all this manufacturing and mingling of millions of crooked votes by abolishing the states completely and having the counties take their place. Our states are unworkable mini empires in their own right. The basic building blocks of our society should be populations small enough and homogeneous enough so that the populations can arrive at mutually agreeable local laws. All citizens will be able to audit all elections. All elections will be conducted online. All elections will have the following information posted online so it can be downloaded and audited by anyone: the voter's full name and public social security number, his address of residence and birth year, and of course who he voted for and their public social security number. If this violates the notions of privacy of some, I say that's just a discomfort they will have to endure because our nation will not survive without it. It will burn. Registering to vote. Every county will maintain a roll of registered voters, and a separate roll of registered voters will be kept by the federal government. When a county resident, an American citizen, comes of age, he will register in person at the county seat of his county of residence. He will supply his full name, public social security number, address of residence in that county, name of county of birth, and the year of birth, plus a picture. The voter will then choose a password to allow him to vote online. The voter will also supply this same information when registering to vote at the federal voter registration office. Having two separate voter rolls is another barrier to hanky-panky. All people will be able to inspect and download these two databases as they please. Voting. All elections will be held annually. Starting in February, all voters may log into the county and federal voting sites and start voting for anyone they please for any office. The polls will be closed for voting the first day of November. A voter may change his vote as often as he pleases until November. On the first working day of December, the county sheriff will declare the winner of all county elections except the one for sheriff, which will be declared by some other county official. The president and emperor will declare the winners of the federal elections except for the election for emperor, which will be declared by the Speaker of the Congress of Sheriffs. The winners will be sworn in and take office on the first working day of January. On the first working day of December, the Speaker of the Congress of Sheriffs will declare who won the election for the president/emperor. In that election, only the county sheriffs will have voted. The sheriffs may vote for any citizen. At some future time, it would be best to allow a direct election for the president/emperor, but that must wait until the crooked voter rolls in the urban areas are made good, and there is no prospect of that anytime soon. Because there are just over 3,000 counties in the USA, a vote by the county sheriffs can be quickly and accurately audited. I have an extensive background in computer programming, and I worked on Wall Street for some of the biggest banks in the USA. None of the computer programs recommended herein are exotic or complex. A computer can handle a database of 300 million people or more just as easily as it can handle a database of just 300 people. The real problem will lie in bad data being entered into the computer in the first place and plain talk, deliberate fraud. That's why only computerized voting that can be audited by all is an absolute necessity, and paper ballots are useless because the judges and poll watchers responsible for auditing them are the very ones who stuffed the ballot boxes in the first place. No computerized system dealing with people can work without unique identifiers. Every person must have a unique identifier assigned to them, which will be known as his public Social Security number. This public Social Security number will be completely different from the current Social Security numbers. You will also select a password to go with it. With your public Social Security number and password, you will be able to vote in elections. The counties will not be adjusted for 10 years. Los Angeles County population is about 10 million. There are numerous many counties whose population is just a few thousand or even less. It is obviously unfair then that Los Angeles County will get only one vote in the Congress of Sheriffs, as will the many counties. This will be corrected in due course, but in the interest of stability, for the first 10 years under the new Imperial Constitution, both secession and the adjusting of the size and or the number of the counties will be forbidden. Adjusting the size and number of counties. There are many ways to adjust the size and number of counties, and I will present mine here. Each year, the president/emperor may, if he so pleases, present to the Congress of Sheriffs a list of populous counties to be divided into new counties, none of which will have a population of under 100,000, the population of an average-sized county at this time. He will also present a list of small counties of less than 100,000 population to be compelled to merge with a larger adjacent county. If the Congress approves, the counties will be so adjusted, but this adjustment will not take place for 5 years to give the counties affected ample time to adjust. Once again, stability will be prioritized over fairness.